Our leaders that we have, we can't control them because we don't finance them. Here's the thing. If it's true that the corporations are controlling the politicians, and we can see that every day. If it's true that the corporations are controlling our leaders through the foundations and the grants and things of that nature that they're getting, we can see that every day. That's why the problems haven't been dealt with. They merely manage poverty. That's what they do. They manage poverty. They haven't eradicated it. They've got no institutions in place to deal with it. They have 501c3 not-for-profit organizations where they live in high on the hog, and the problems of the people never get dealt with. What we have to do is hire our leaders as consultants to the corporation so that they do what you want them to do. And if they don't, then you can summarily dismiss them because you know they are not working in your interests. That's how you control your leaders. That's how the corporations have controlled your leaders.
Right.
That's why our problems are not being dealt with by these phonies. That's what I call them. No disrespect to them, but they've decided to take money over true, honest representation of the people. And that's what we hope to offer. None of your leaders should live that far beyond you. If it's true that Jesus was a motivator of the people, then Jesus would never live among his people. Look at the people who represented us in terms of true leadership. Martin Luther King left here a pauper. He was never a rich man. Malcolm X didn't even have money to be buried when they had to take up a collection to bury Malcolm. But what I'm saying is money is never going to be our guiding principle for what we do. It is merely a tool for organizing. What you want to do is to put yourself in a position where you can't be manipulated by their money. That's what this whole corporate thing is going to allow for us to do, to put ourselves in a position where they can't control us by manipulating us through their currency.
We have a call at area 312. Do you have a question, comment, or are you listening?
I'm listening.
Okay. Okay, Robert X., we can continue. Now, you said that Michael Bloomberg played a part in this mess that we're in.
If people go to that article from the Village Voice, and I would suggest that people do a search of the archives of the Village Voice because you'll find things about the Secret Service and intelligence connections to the first World Trade Center bombing that you didn't see in any of your major newspapers because they're part of the problem. The Village Voice has for years published some of the best articles that you ever want to read. In this particular article on, again, that's January the 28th, 2009, What Cooked the World's Economy, I'm going to give you pieces of this. Here's what they say. They say here, what we are living through is the worst financial scandal in history. It dwarfs the 1929 Ponzi scheme, the Teapot Dome, the South Sea Bubble, you name it. Credit derivatives are one reason why this crisis is so different from 1929. Interestingly, the company that put the basic hardware and software together for pricing and clearing derivatives was Bloomberg. These Bloomberg terminals, originally called Market Masters, were first installed at Merrill Lynch in the late 1980s. Subsequently, thousands of units have been placed in trading and financial institutions. They became the cornerstone of Michael Bloomberg's wealth. To this day, sister, Michael Bloomberg would not allow anyone to look at his financial dealings because people have tried. You see, he is the current mayor of New York, which is the heart of all these problems. They go on to say here that this was the beginning of the heyday of hedge funds. Unregulated investment houses were originally based on the questionable but legal practice of short selling, that is, selling a financial instrument you don't own in hopes of buying it back later at a lower price. Let me say that again. Selling a financial instrument you don't own in hopes of buying it back at a lower price. That way, you hedge your bets. You cover your investment, which is where AIG comes in, in a company in case a company's stock price falls. That's also where the Plunge Protection Team comes in. These funds acquired a good deal of popular mystique. Their notoriously high entry fees served as barriers to all but the richest investors. But it wasn't magic. It amounted to the return of the age-old scam called bucket shops. The old-timers will know what these are. Also sometimes known as boiler rooms. For the young people, if you want to know what boiler rooms are, there's a movie called Boiler Rooms. Go online and check it out.